Thanks an awful lot.
To be crowned champions of the world.
For all the latest results, headlines and analysis, Sport Today on BBC World News.
This is BBC News. Welcome if you're watching here in the UK or around the world. I'm Martine Croxall. These are the latest headlines. Syria's voluntary group of rescuers, known as the White Helmets, say they agree with the UN aid chief's comments that the international community has failed people in the country's northwest, where thousands of people have died since Monday's earthquakes.
Disappointment and abandonment is definitely a general feeling that's happening. Our organization has been calling for help, for manpower, for rescue equipment. And in the first couple of days, we were just ignored and were left to deal with the situation on our own.
Turkish police issue more than 100 arrest warrants as part of an investigation into poor building standards after this week's devastating earthquakes. Defying the odds, this 10-year-old girl is one of the latest in a number of survivors to have been pulled out alive from under the rubble of collapsed buildings in Turkey after 147 hours. This is the scene live in southern Turkey as emergency teams continue their painstaking search for survivors as the number of people killed in both countries rises to more than 28,000. A US fighter jet has shot down a mystery object flying over Canada's airspace, making it the third one to be taken out over North America in the last week. BBC Chairman Richard Sharp is accused of making significant errors of judgment by MPs for not declaring his involvement in helping Britain's former Prime Minister Boris Johnson secure a loan. And at the Brit Awards in London, as predicted, Harry Styles is one of the night's big winners with 4 awards, including the much-coveted Album of the Year. Hello and welcome to BBC News. The head of UN Emergency Relief Operations, Martine Croxall, says the international community has failed the people of northwest Syria, where thousands of people have died in the earthquakes that struck Syria and Turkey. The number of those confirmed dead following the devastating earthquake 6 days ago has now risen to above 28,000. On his visits to areas devastated by the earthquakes, Martine Croxall tweeted, "At the Turkey-Syria border today, we have so far failed the people in northwest Syria. They rightly feel abandoned, looking for international help that hasn't arrived. My duty and our obligation is to correct this failure as fast as we can. That's my focus now." Well, we're joined now by Ibrahim Zaidan, a freelance journalist in Syria. Ibrahim, thank you very much for joining us here on BBC News. You've been to the Bab al-Hawa crossing, I believe, this morning. Tell us what you found there.
Yeah, I've been to Bab al-Hawa crossing in the last 3 days.